Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly sat with your memories, really sat with them, and remembered the people who once filled your home with noise, warmth, and life? We live busy lives. We grow up. We grow apart. And before we know it, those everyday moments, Sunday dinners, quiet car rides, evening arguments over silly things, they become distant echoes. Family relationships are the most cherished and yet most complicated parts of life. We love deeply. We hurt deeply. But in the end, we often look back and wish we had done things differently. This video is not about regret. It's about recognition. It's about reconnection. And most importantly, it's about healing. Because no matter how far time has taken us, the path back to each other still exists. We just have to take that first step. Close your eyes for a moment. What do you see when you think of home? Not the walls, not the furniture, but the people. Your mother humming in the kitchen. Your father, tired but proud, coming home from work. Your siblings laughing, sometimes fighting, but always there. In childhood, we don't realize we're making memories. We think we're just living. But those moments, those small, ordinary days shape us in ways we can't even begin to understand until we're older. The way we speak to others, the way we argue, the way we love, it's all rooted in how we were raised. And sometimes, those roots are tangled. Family isn't always easy. But even in its messines, it often holds the very answers we spend a lifetime searching for. Drift happens slowly, not with a bang but with silence. You used to talk every week, then every month, then not at all. Maybe it was distance. Maybe a disagreement that turned into years of quiet resentment. Or maybe life just got in the way. Children grew up, parents aged, and somewhere along the way, we assumed there'd always be time to call, to visit, to apologize. But time doesn't wait. And one day, you realize those people you love, they're no longer just a phone call away. The truth is, we often don't know how much we needed someone until we can't reach them anymore. That's when the silence becomes deafening. Every family has stories left untold. Words we never said. Hugs we never gave. Letters we meant to write but never did. You think you have more time. You assume the next birthday, the next holiday will be the moment to reconnect. But sometimes, that moment never comes. And what's left is a heart full of what-ifs. What if I had said sorry? What if I had just picked up the phone? What if I had listened instead of trying to be right? These questions don't haunt us because we're bad people. They haunt us because deep down, we know love was still there, hidden behind hurt. And we didn't give it the chance to come forward. Something changes when you age. It's not just your body. It's your perspective. Things you once thought were huge, a missed call, a sharp comment, a forgotten gesture, suddenly feels so small. You begin to realize the real cost of holding on to grudges. It's not just emotional, it's spiritual. You feel heavier, worn down by things that no longer matter. You begin to crave peace, not power, connection, not control. And that's when true wisdom begins. Not in knowing all the answers, but in being willing to ask the right questions. Can we start over? Do you still think of me? Are you okay? Because no one ever looks back at their life and says, I'm glad I held that grudge for 20 years. But they do say, I wish I had said something sooner. Families evolve. Children become parents. Parents become grandparents. And in that circle of life, we are given second chances. Maybe you didn't have the best relationship with your own parents. Maybe you made mistakes with your children. But now you get to be better, kinder, more present. You get to share your story, your lessons, your love. And sometimes, that act alone begins a ripple effect of healing. A conversation with your daughter can mend your past with your own mother. A letter to your son can open a door long shut. A story told to your grandchild can restore the faith in family your heart thought was gone. It's never too late. Never. Rebuilding relationships isn't easy, especially after years of silence or misunderstanding. It takes humility. It takes courage. But you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to start. Send that message. Make that call. Even if it's just to say, "I've been thinking about you." The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most powerful, because that first step, it tells the other person, "I still care, and I'm still here." That's all most people really want, to be remembered, valued, and loved. At the end of your life, you won't be remembered for the things you owned. You'll be remembered for the hearts you touched, the warmth you gave, the family dinners you made special, the bedtime stories, the forgiveness you gave freely, the love you never stopped offering. That's your real legacy. Not perfection, not performance, but presence. So don't wait for a tragedy to remind you of what matters most. Say it now. Share it now. Love them now. Because when all is said and done, family is not about who was right. It's about who stayed and who you chose to come back to. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something in this video stirred your heart, don't let the moment pass. Reach out to someone you love. And if this message helped you, share it. Because sometimes all it takes is a gentle reminder to start. A beautiful reconciliation.